this helm up too. Same day, two setups. But I feel like this helm is just too good not to. I just ordered some 34 millimeter BRTs for this, 3.0s. But for right now, I'm going to use some those trucks from Slush Colt, which are just China trucks. Also, yeah, so I've been wanting to set this up for a while, but I didn't know if I was going to put dynamics on it or BRTs, but I finally just ordered BRTs like 20 seconds ago. So, yeah, and they're going to be purple. So, the sex board and that board will have purple trucks. So, I know I do like a lot of like dry humor on Slush Colt, but I do like Slush Colt. I like flat face as well. I just like to poke a little fun here and there, as I think everybody does. But I do, behind the scenes, I do think I would get along with Slush Colt's owner. I do. Or the guy that is doing Star 69. I'm not from the West Coast. I've never met the Colt guys, never talked to them. I know nothing of the FB scene in the West Coast, surprisingly. Um, I really don't know that much about the West or the East Coast scene. Like fingerboarding to me is still just me fingerboarding and watching other people fingerboard and liking what I like and being okay with that. I wish I was more like into what everybody's doing and knowing everything, but I truly don't. Um, and that's why I got to get out to some events and meet some people. But yeah, so this stuff is coming off a not cool. This is a pretty old not cool. He sent me this uh, when I ordered a deck from him um, when his first collaboration with Dr. M came out. So that was a while ago. That was like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and it's been set up. And these wheels are like some urethane, black and white swirled. It's time to retire these bad boys. So I'm gonna be putting some Joy Colts on this. Surprise, surprise! I have just been Joy Colting it up. For real, for real. And they've all been matte eras. I do own Scott era Joys, and I like those as well. Um, it's just something about like, for me, it's like the hunt of finding the matte Joys. Do I think they're better? Their quality control for sure is definitely not better, but they have a different feeling. And usually their bearings are like kind of shoddy, so you have to go through more work if you want matte era Joy Colts. But as like a collector, to me, I like them. But yeah, if you just want like Joy Colts and you want them to be like amazing and you've never had Joy Colts before and you don't have like a lot of fingerboard stuff, then buy Scott era Joy Colts. Because they come ready to rip right out of the box. You don't have to fuck around with them or anything. You're good to go. So yeah, this is a helm. This is a 34. I'm super stoked about this. I got this when I got that Sex, which is a 32. Um, since I have been riding that Dr. M, which is a 34, I've been using 34 more and more. So I thought, you know what, it's time to set up a popsicle 34 and get back used to that and pull the trigger on some 34 BRTs, which are going to go on here. but I really just want to get used to this board shape. And I know the BRT is going to make this drastically heavier, so I want to get used to it while it's kind of light before it starts feeling like a tank. And I'll grab these joy quotes. So I'm putting joy quotes on here and taking joy quotes off of here. So, yeah, what I was saying about, shout out Presto, shameless plug. But what I was saying about Slush Cult, I saw Chris. Chris does a lot for the fingerboard community. So right off the bat, I want to say shout out Chris. Yeah, I think your content isn't like my biggest cup of tea, but that's okay. Your content gets hella views, and it's for a reason. And it gets people engaged, and I would say the younger crowd a little bit excited, which is good for the community. It gets people in the know. You're a phenomenal marketing and sales for Slush Cold. I will say that tape. I think you're riding for Collier now. I know when you were riding for Awful, like there's that. I mean, the Rattlers. I know you ride a Collier Power Wheels BRTs with Rattlers, and I don't think I've ever seen an edit. I've never like searched for an edit, but that's just like how much my feed pops up with like your little shorts. I know you're full setup, so yeah, you're definitely doing your thing. But yeah, shout out. I like the little interviews you've been doing, and I'm really stoked to see this one. I think it's the guy that owns Slush Cult, but I feel like I'd get along with him. He's wearing a S logo Supreme hat. I fuck with that. He drinks Monster full sugar. I fuck with that. And yeah, Star 69 is a in my day and age. That's just how you call back people for when we didn't have caller ID or whatnot. But I like the name. It reminds me of Call 917, which is Alex Olson's company in real skateboarding. And I'm a big fan of Alex Olson, and a lot of people aren't, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, Alex Olson to me is that fucking dude. And this board is going to look crazy with lavender trucks. It's already looking crazy right now. Ooh. But yeah, Star 69. I don't know what the trajectory of this company is going to be. I'm excited to watch the interview. I'm hoping that the company goes in the complete opposite direction of Slush Cult, because I understand what Slush Cult is, right? I understand its user, just like the ease of it, what it appeals to, the age bracket. I understand what it's going for, and I appreciate it for what it is. But I think we all know that fingerboarding has a adult side where, not even like an adult side, because that kind of sounds like creepy. I don't mean it like that. Um, but like a skater side, like right, like yeah, there's in real skateboarding, like yes, you have um, Birdhouse, but then you also have like Yard Sale and Supreme and Quasi and like back in the day, like all timers when they were like on the up and up, Limousine. Like you have like these somewhat smaller skate companies that produce like some fire shit, and that is like with fingerboarding too. So I hope it's going that way. Nowadays, there's so many deck makers though, of people that are just doing it right. In my upcoming, it was like Catfish Barbecue and Cowply, and then Dumb One came out, and it was like, then it was game over. And but then like Ford came out, Worm came out, Eight Equals, and now it's every day you turn on Instagram, boom, like we got Presto. Presto's phenomenal. I really like Helm and Sex. Dr. M. Dr. M's a classic. If you don't have a Dr. M, you're tripping. You're big tripping. Just for real. But yeah, to support the scene, I really hope this Star 69. I hope it goes in the direction of like not so like zoomies type-esque, because to get into zoomies, I mean that's a big deal, but at like the heart of it, like skate core, like zoomies is whack. And trust me, I used to work there, and they would try to have me sell like kids Naruto shit that didn't fuck with Naruto. Like, no, I wanted to build kids skateboards and get them outside. I didn't want them to go home and read Naruto. No. But yeah, let's do. I don't know what kind of grip this is. Let's do a little kickflip test. Ooh, this thing feels. This thing feels crazy. Whoa. I like these wheels a lot. This is gonna feel really good with those BRTs. This already feels really good. Have I been going wrong with the 32 this whole time? Probably not, but yeah, this feels good. Let's take a look. So yeah, we got, you guys can't see, but we got some joy quotes on there. Classics 3.0. Those trucks from Slush Colt, and a helm. The Dune shape. And I'm definitely going to buy a brand new one of these. Probably a Sex, though, because the Sex mold is a little bit more my cup of tea, because that thing is, like, flat. But, yeah, this is pretty mellow, too. I would say this is, like, a low mid. Here's a Presto. Let's put it up to a Presto. God, I love Presto. Presto's the homie. Yeah. So we're looking pretty good. Longer nose on the Presto for show. But yeah, I was just set up video, kind of rambling. People like the rambling. Mint FB likes the rambling, he said, and he's got his own little mumbles sub thing going on. So yeah, I hope you guys like the setups. I like setting them up. I like buying fingerboard stuff. I'm getting into like making little edits, so check those out. They're fun to make. But about to start going back to work a lot more, so the edits won't be as often, but the quality and the trick selection will improve. But peace.